And so what we're going to be doing today is touching the first, I would say it's probably the most important foundation, really, because there are some other ones that we shared on the other days of the workshop, but this one for me is very key. And the way I like to describe this is to say that when you have this one, even on your own, you can independently get up when things go tough for you, and you can independently push yourself through when things go tough for you. And I'm saying this over and over again because I have had my challenging moments. I mean, yes, I do share on Thriving Thursday. Yes, I do counsel with people. I mentor people. I coach people, and I have sessions, and I'm designing things all year through. And I have children that I'm also parenting. But I also have my down times. But I can tell you one thing that helps me to get back up a lot of times over and over again is this particular foundation. And that is the power of awareness. The power of awareness. The power of awareness. So when you think about awareness, what comes to mind for you? When you think about awareness, what comes to mind for you? If you're here with me and you can type, if you're not driving, what comes to mind for you when you think about awareness? Because today, I want us to look at how awareness is a foundational block to thriving. Awareness is a foundational block to thriving. So I want to find out from us, what does awareness, how does it strike out to you when you think about it? Okay, so all right, I've seen responses on Facebook already. Let me see, Peters is saying know yourself. In fact, she just went straight for the finish line. Okay, so awareness has to do with knowing yourself. That's what she's saying. So basically, I was just going to move from awareness to self-awareness, because awareness is a general term. Awareness means that you're conscious. Awareness, Miss Carell says awareness means to wake up. Okay, that's also a good one. When you become aware, it's like you've woken up. Fantastic. I love that. So awareness has to do with you're now conscious. It's like when you wake up, like Miss Carell says, it's like you're now conscious of what's happening in your environment, right? So how aware are you of yourself? Because the power of awareness we're going to be focusing on tonight is the power of self-awareness. The power of self-awareness. How aware are you of yourself? Now, when we become aware, it's like you're moving from a place of not knowing something or not being aware that something is present to a place of certainty. So it's not just that you just like, I think. You're not saying I think anymore. You're now saying I know. This is another example I use all the time. When you're talking to toddlers, 2, 3, 4-year-old kids, the likelihood is that when they don't want something, they'll tell you, I don't want it. I don't like this color. I don't want it. You give a child something that is pink. I don't like pink. I want blue. Because that child is aware that there's something interesting about this color that I don't feel comfortable with. I would rather this color, because they're aware of it. But like I try to say, when it comes to some of the growing up experiences some of us have had, it kind of changes us in a way that to an extent we've sort of come to a place where we kind of agree with the adults in our lives. So when they say, no, you're supposed to be using blue because you're a boy, or you're supposed to be using pink because you're a girl, then there's a kind of conditioning that starts to seep in, because we assume that, okay, even though I'm not comfortable with this color, but they told me, or my thinking, because that's been repeatedly passed on to us, is that this is the one for me, right? Now, there was a conversation I was in once, and the speaker was saying something about how some of us parents even condition our kids when they're reading in a noisy place to say things like, you cannot understand when you're reading in a noisy place. But who says so? There are some people that until the music is loud, they are not actually even getting anything that they are studying. The day I was in that session and I heard that, I was like, oh, wow, we need to be very careful what we pass on to our kids, because we may be passing on a conditioning that is not actually true. And we're making them feel less aware of who they are, because before your conditioning came into place, the child felt comfortable with the music, maybe not necessarily loud, right? Something playing in the background while they are studying. And then we come with the understanding that no, it has to be all quiet for you to study. If not, you won't understand. But that is us shifting the awareness level of that person. Okay, but back again to why we need to be aware. Imagine two lumberjacks. I was corrected on this last year when I was calling them woodmen. two lumberjacks go into the forest and they want to pull down two different trees. And they're like, look, these are the tools available for you. There's a regular saw and there's a chainsaw. Now, the first lumberjack in his mind is used to, oh, I just need a saw. If it's sharp, that's fine. If it's not sharp, I just need to put in a lot more force while I use it to bring down that tree. And then the person begins to use it. But then another lumberjack goes and says, no, I'm not going to waste my energy on that. I will look in this tool shed for a chainsaw, and until I find one, I'm not even going to start. And then he looks into the shed properly, the tool shed, and then he finds the chainsaw. Who do you think is going to do a better job? Better, faster, more effective? Because there's a way you can cut a tree with a saw and then it is jagged. It's not even smooth, right? So who do you think is going to have a better outcome, a faster result using the chainsaw? Okay, like I always say, because of time, I'm not going to wait for the answers, but I want us all to engage on this one because I don't want to take too much time. But I'm sure we are all aligned on the fact that the person who will do a better job is the person with the chainsaw. Our awareness of ourselves are the chainsaws that we use to bring down anything that is on our path, on our way to fulfilling our dreams.